What did you say to him?
I just got so much respect and love for him. The way he plays the game, he's a true competitor. He's a true football player. One of the greatest to ever step on the football field. So nothing but love.
Appreciate it. Enjoy it.
Go Bills.
See you next.
Wow, divisional round is finalized. What a weekend of football. What a weekend of football. Welcome in, quick hitters. Welcome in, G.Mo Short Crew. We're going to take a look at this Texans and Chiefs game. Of course, the Eagles. And as you heard, the Baltimore Ravens went down to the Buffalo Bills. Two marquee quarterbacks. A lot of pressure. A lot of expectations going into the playoffs. Josh Allen, the one that stood strong, got his Bills against the Kansas City Chiefs. Who's going to the Super Bowl out of that matchup? As far as Lamar Jackson, nothing to bow your head about. Good game by him. Unfortunately, you got to have a loser. I mean, two teams can't win at the same time. Somebody has to lose. And unfortunately, it was him. Now, it just stalls him out. You know, each year that pressure's going to build until you win the big one. This doesn't even mean Josh Allen's going to win the big one. A lot of work to be done for the Buffalo Bills. But he did eliminate Lamar Jackson, and he can get a few more cookies on his plate for that. But the ultimate goal is to take down the Kansas City Chiefs. Stop them from three-peating. Who can do it? Who can do it? And what about the Washington Commanders pulling an ultimate upset on the Detroit Lions? Number 1 seeded Detroit Lions. This rookie quarterback, Jayden Daniels, oh man, this guy here is having a Cinderella story. How far can he take them? Can he put them in the Super Bowl? May we dream in just a little bit, because they are going up against the Philadelphia Eagles. And if that young man is that good, that sharp, that clutch to take down the Philadelphia Eagles, that man deserves to hold up a trophy. But this young man has came out of the gate this year leading his team, making clutch plays, winning a lot of games down the stretch. Matter of minutes, matter of seconds. So congratulations to the Washington Commanders pulling off that win. Shouts out to Josh Allen even. You know, he's a guy who needs to get over that hump, and he just lives to see another game to try to prove that. Jalen Hurts, Philadelphia Eagles, we already know the story with them. They're behind schedule. So it's a lot of pressure running around, a lot of stakes. You know, Kansas City Chiefs, they want a three-peat. A lot of headlining stories. And that's why you like the playoff game so much. Going to get everybody's maximum effort. But Houston Texans, reason why I got the team stats up there, because it's telling. And to be honest with you, the Houston Texans beat the Chiefs on a lot of categories. Now, the things in this game that I said that they couldn't afford to happen to win, a lot of them did happen. Let's take a look at the team stats real quick. As you see the first downs, the Texans beat the Chiefs on first downs, 18 to their 14. Right? You just look at the team stats up and down and you see Houston is winning a lot of these categories. Now, first downs are key. That's a key stat to win. Another thing that is key is a third down efficiency. See that right here? 10 for 17 for the Texans, 4 for 11 for the Chiefs. Right? Look at the total plays. 65 to 50. Total yards. 336 to 212. Texans. right? Texans. Look at the passing. 187 to 162. Huh? It's that simple. No interceptions thrown on either side. You go down here, you look at the rushing. 149 to 50 yards rush. When you look at all of this, right? And you say, how did the Texans lose this game? Winning almost every category. Well, there's key things you look at. I believe C.J. Stroud was sacked 8 times in this game. Now, the one thing we said that had to happen if the Texans were going to pull this game out is they had to protect C.J. Stroud. Well, if I recall, they got 8 sacks on C.J. Stroud. So he wasn't protected that well. And you can't put all those sacks on offensive line. Sometimes C.J., improvises a little bit. Sometimes he holds on to the ball longer than he should. And he'll get sacked. Sometimes the defensive coverage is so tight, gets him to hold it just a couple of more seconds longer. Put a defensive lineman, the linebackers get to him and put him down. So that was key. Another thing that a lot of people are going to be talking about is this category right here, the penalties, right? Texans got penalized 8 times for 82 yards. And then you come over here and you look at the Kansas City Chiefs. 4 penalties for 29 yards. Now, that's a big discrepancy. And everybody's in an uproar about this game on officiating. Me, I really don't want to lean too far on that because Houston had their opportunities. With all that going on, Houston had their opportunities. And they're going to look back on it. They looked at the film. They looked at a lot of things. And they know they missed some opportunities to change the game around. Missing a block here, missing a read, whatever the case may be. Ball bouncing in a different direction. Those things can hurt. And as you see in the playoffs so far, a lot of kickers are missing extra point field goals like it's going out of style. Those points add up. Those are big misses in the playoffs. And a lot of kickers are shanking them. Kami Fairbairn, he missed his good portion of them. Even the Eagles kicker, who's looked at as legendary, is missing extra points. Those points add up, man. Points are hard to come by in the playoffs to begin with. And when you get a touchdown, you want to capitalize on the extra point to seal the deal to get that full touchdown. Because as you see time and time again, it comes back to bite you in the butt. Right down in crunch time, that's when it's going to show its ugly head. So this game here is no shock to me. As y'all know, I already predicted that the Texans would not win this game. Maybe a lot of others. You have some people, some Houston fans that could be a little naive and they actually thought the Texans were going to win this game. I just figured too much was against them. They wasn't fully loaded as a roster like they were at the beginning of the season. And these are the champs. They know how to win in every situation, any condition. So, the elephant in the room is, did the Texans get cheated? Were the refs against the Texans? Did the refs help out the Chiefs? If it wasn't for the refs, would the Texans have won this game? You see the photo up there. So-called late hit on Patrick Mahomes. Now, to me, yes, that's a terrible call to make. Put it this way. They had time. They could have picked that flag up, in my opinion. That's what makes this call so bad, because it had plenty of time to review this, get a call down, and say, you know what, pick that flag up. He gave himself up way too late. Defensive guy has already committed. And on top of that, two defender players, they pretty much run right into each other, making it look worse than what it was. They barely even got a piece of Patrick Mahomes. But they got each other pretty clean. That was a flag that could have been picked up. I agree with that. Then you see Mahomes out there trying to draw penalties, running on a sideline, slowing up, backing up into the defender, trying to draw and flop a call. So there's a lot being said. But me personally, I'm not going to sit here and say the Houston Texans lost this game because of the refs, because of bad calls. I'm not going to do that. They had their opportunities. They just didn't capitalize on them. Plain and simple. Bad reffing or not. They had their opportunities. They didn't start fast. That was another key. You had to start fast. You had to protect C.J. Stroud. You had to limit your penalties, which you didn't. They had some false starts as well. You know, some shifts, motion, dead ball snap penalties. Yeah, they had a few of those. Sure did. Defense done what they've done all year. Smothered them, bogged them down for a good period of time to where the offense could have done something. I mean, Kansas City Chiefs scored 23 points. So you know it's not the defense. Not the defense. But this offense has to put up more points than 12, because really it was 12. Kansas City just gifted them 2 points. Taking a safety, trying to run some time off the clock. So that offensive production is not going to do it. It's not going to do it. Not in no divisional round, for sure. So no surprise. Just take a look at the team stat sheet. It lets you know all you need to know. Because when you look at it, you're like, man, how did Houston lose this game? Sometimes it takes one or two key categories to lose in. That'll still cost you the game. C.J. Stroud being sacked 8 times. You being penalized 8 times. Not starting fast. To me, with Joe Mixon, yeah, good running game. To me, should have got more carries, but, Nico Collins did what he could do. Overall, you can look at this, like I said, Houston Texans was playing with house money. We have to applaud them on a good season, fighting and scratching, not giving up, having key guys out. Because in my opinion, this would have been a different story if they were fully loaded. I believe that. So with a team that was playing on house money coming into this divisional round against the Kansas City Chiefs, when all odds were against you anyway, no, man, you don't end this season bowing your head. Hell of a season. You didn't complete your goals, but it still was a hell of a season. And everybody knows to complete your goals, your ultimate goals, you got to have the right guys available. Unfortunately, they had some drop off. You just met a team that was better than you. Plain and simple. So the Kansas City Chiefs knocked down the Houston Texans 23-14. There you have it. But Houston beat them in a lot of categories. This game could have been swung a different way. Sometimes that's the way the ball bounces. So congratulations to the Houston Texans. Go into this offseason, get healthy, get a lot more smarter for his play calling, get grittier, and see who you're going to pick up and who you're going to drop. Come in next year, steadfast out of the gate, and hope nutrition holds up. Because you have the talent there. You have the talent. More growth from C.J. Stroud. Yeah. Tank Dell, whenever he gets back out there, hold the fort down till week 5, week 6, whatever it could be until he gets back on the field. But yeah, no need to bow y'all heads. No doubt about it. Y'all fought, never gave up. You have an identity now. You have a culture now. Now it's just time to keep growing and getting better each year now. Come next year, you should be playing in the AFC Championship game. Or better yet, the Super Bowl. It's all about just taking care of business. So, let's talk about these Philadelphia Eagles. Look at them Iron Men out there. Big playmakers. Big playmakers. That last drive, I ain't gonna lie to you. Because, you see some of these games, and when they real close, or a team scored, it turned to a one-score game. Next thing you know, you're trying to run out the clock a little bit, just pick up a few first downs. You ending up have to punt it back to the team. And now it's on. 3 minutes or so left. They go score a touchdown. They beat you. They're moving on. You going home. I hate those situations. I hate them. Too nerve-wracking. Anything can happen. Call here, call there, miss assignment there. Anything can happen in those moments. But one thing I knew about the Philadelphia Eagles and its defense just over the years, you give them a chance to make a play to end the game, they would do just that. So that last drive with the Rams, I was expecting the Eagles would come up big. Maybe an interception, something. Turnover on downs, which it was. They come up big time after time again, these Eagles, in crucial moments. This defense can win you ball games. They're proven to do that. But yeah, that last drive, man, and when they started doing the hurry up, as you can see, glad they didn't do it the whole game. Like the broadcaster said, probably could have been a different game that it came out of the gate in the hurry up, like the Eagles did, keeping them off balance. Giving you time to scan that defense if you need to change the play. Calm down, just get everybody to the line of scrimmage. Let's see what we got. Yeah, the Rams, maybe if they would have picked that up early, maybe you would have seen something different. But who knows? But what I do know, this man here in the sitting position, Saquon Barkley, Philadelphia Eagles wouldn't be in the position they are in right now without this man. It has to be the biggest pickup of the year, of the season, maybe of the last decade, as far as instant production that a player can make going to a team for the first year. The impact that Saquon Barkley brought to this team added a whole new dynamic to this offense. So much so, they almost went away from the passing game. They almost looked at as a running team than a passing team. I mean, the passing game has suffered a little bit because of running the ball a lot more, giving it to Saquon Barkley. Now the talk is what's going on with the passing game, the receivers. A.J. Brown ain't been having a big game. Well, he hasn't been having big games lately, but the Eagles are still pulling out wins. And one key thing that I'm starting to see in A.J. Brown, that he's not barking, he's not getting frustrated. He went through that last year and a little bit earlier this year. Even on some wins, he was a little frustrated, not getting the ball, not getting the big plays that he used to. But something has changed. He's celebrating Saquon Barkley and what he's doing. They're winning. There's no need for all of that. He knows it now. He sees it. It'll be crazy. And I'm pretty sure he's smart enough to know when you're on the Super Bowl run, deep in the playoffs like they are now, you don't want to disrupt anything. Even though he might feel it inside, you're a competitor, you're still going to think it occasionally and, bottle it up inside. But it's better for the team. So he'll just keep that on the wraps. But if things were going in a different direction, losing ball games here and there, or God forbid they couldn't get out of this game, he'd have been chirping in that locker room. There'd have been a lot of stuff going on. But winning heals everything. We know that. So congratulations to the Philadelphia Eagles. It's time to keep moving. It ain't finished. It ain't close to being finished. Not till you holding up that Super Bowl trophy. Anything less than that would be uncivilized. For the Philadelphia Eagles, the fan base, everybody that's involved. They're not here for banners. They're not here just to play in a Super Bowl. They're here to win the Super Bowl. So outstanding game from the Eagles. I'm pretty sure they'll tell you that they left some plays out there. Could have put more points on the board. But it's the playoffs, man. Everything's not going to go the way you want it. You just be a hair away from doing this, a toenail away from doing that. That's the game. Game of inches. Possibilities. Penalties. Depending on the call, a ref can change the game. Some people are arguing that right now. Texans Chiefs. I'm telling you. But they're going to start looking further into that, because if everybody's talking about it, you might have something there. Jaden Daniels. I said Caleb Williams is going to be better than Jaden Daniels. I did say that early on. And we're going to find that out because Caleb Williams has a lot of room to make up coming into next season. He has to come all the way out, but Bear's going to have to put some people around him. It's not just him. That offensive line is pitiful. It's hard to judge him right now, to be honest with you, until they patch up a few things, get him some weapons, some stability like Jaden Daniels has. Then you can see what he's working with and you can really compare those guys. But right now, it's almost unfair. But the game is unfair. And he comes in next season, a line or not, weapons or not. You still look there to produce. And people will judge you on that. So, but hell of a weekend of football. Lamar Jackson just lost by a hair against the Buffalo Bills. A tough loss for him. Like I say, pressure all season long. Last year, just pressure on these big name quarterbacks to get the job done. You know, him and Josh Allen, they've been dueling for a while. You know, throw Patrick Mahomes in there. You know, Burrow, all these quarterbacks. All of them. And Josh Allen just passed the first test. Now he's moving on to Patrick Magician Mahomes to try to take him down now. And I'm going to tell you, Kansas City, they can be beat. They can be beat. They're not sharp. You can see that. The Texans had them. All year long, other teams has had them. They just find ways in the crunch time to make plays. And to go back on the Texans and Chiefs, one thing I forgot to point out, of course, what I said that couldn't happen if they wanted to win that game. Travis Kelce, remember? Yeah, he done shook loose. Shook loose too much for anybody's liking if you're rooting for the team that is going against the Kansas City Chiefs. I've been saying this over and over. I'm just glad Troy Aikman backed me up on it. You just don't understand how this guy continues to get open like he does. As great as he is. You can't control him, you will lose. I can't state that enough. And the Texans let him roam free at the wrong time. All his catches were big plays. But I'm not finna harp on that. Season's over with. And Texans are fishing right now. So it's something to build on, think about, get better at. That's all you can do. But I'm pretty sure we're going to see Kelce running free again. Possibly in the next game against the Bills. Till somebody finds a formula, or they're not even worried about Travis Kelce and don't think that he can win the game by himself, which he keeps proving time and time again, every time. So I know they can't be thinking that. So Jalen Hurts, Saquon Barkley, hell of a combination. When you throw those receivers in the mix, and then you have that offensive line, and then you have that nasty number one defense. It has Super Bowl written all over it. It's up to them whether they're going to complete that or not. But at this pace and what they're doing now, they're ready. They're ready. Any condition, they're ready. The G.S.Q.H. Goodymo Sports Quick Hits. Slouchy Sunday as always. / Making it Monday, I guess you can call it. We'll see what time everybody gets it. Just another day of football. Appreciate y'all time. Enjoy yourselves. And we'll be back. I'm out. Peace.